ASMR gaming video. Today is the release of NBA 2K26 Season 3. Well, the day that you're seeing this is, it's currently Wednesday, but I thought it would be fun to film a couple of MyPlayer build tutorials. I have two that I have in my mind that I want to kind of bring to life, and I figured if I was going to do it, I should do it for a video. So, if you're new to the channel and you're a fan of ASMR and ASMR gaming, I highly recommend you subscribe to this channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you hit that like button before you sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's video. So, first things first, like I said, both of these are kind of, well, one is very off the top of the head kind of deal. The other one is somewhat already made, and I'm just going to kind of share with you what it is, my thought process behind it, and kind of go from there. But yeah, the first build is going to be completely off the top of my head, and it's going to be a Kobe build. I've been wanting to make another Kobe build, as I had a Kobe build last year and I loved it. I absolutely loved that build. And now going into season 3, I should have 10 cap breakers once I hit level 40, and I feel like that is more than enough to have a very good Kobe build. So let's go ahead and jump into that, shall we? So it looks like I have a lot of builds. I promise I don't have that many. It's very windy outside, so if you hear some loud noises outside, just be aware. So we're gonna go with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. And we are gonna be number 24. There we go. Alright. For our height, weight, and wingspan, we are gonna be a shooting guard, of course. We're gonna be 6'6". And here is the issue. Do we want to go max wingspan so that we have the best defense? Our mid-range would only be an 88, and I feel like that's too low for a Kobe build. I feel like 6'9" is probably the 6'9" wingspan is probably the sweet spot when it comes to shooting stats. A 94 mid-range is going to be all of our shooting badges Hall of Fame, which is it is going to be useful. Kobe was a killer from the mid-range. He was kind of a do-it-all kind of guy, except for pass, but that's kind of a meme. As far as strength goes, I want to have an 86 strength because we are going to have a very high post control. Let's start with this. And I want to start with the physicals and give him an 85 speed and 80 agility. I want to go 86 strength and maybe 80 vertical for now. 86 strength, you might be wondering why I'm doing that. Well, if we max out our post control, we're actually going to max it at a 90. You'll see that post powerhouse gold is 86. And you know what, while I have a little bit of extra points, I'm going to put 2 more on agility. You know what, I'm going to put 5 more on agility. We're going to start with an 85 agility and an 80 vertical. I like these physicals. These physicals are very good for a 6'6" build. Our ball control naturally came up to an 81 when we had a 91 post control, so I think I'm actually going to stay at an 81 for now. Speed with ball, I'm going to bump up to a 75 so we can get that silver lightning launch. And then pass accuracy, I'm going to bring up to a 71, which is silver timer. Okay, so we can reduce our close shot down by 1, but honestly, gold float game could be really good, so I'm going to leave it at an 86. I do want to go ahead and max out my mid-range shot at a 94. Although, now that I think about it, we might go down to a 92 and then cap break it. 3-point shot, I want to go to an 80, so we can get that sharp takeover. This is solid. This is solid so far. I think as far as cap breakers go, or like shoot, I think I would probably go shooting specialist on this build, and then get the 2 cap breakers and put them into mid range, which would be. So I would get an extra max +2 and an extra max +1. So you can max +1 the set shot specialist to legend, or actually what you would probably do, and high detailed view. Wait, how do I? There we go. All badges. What I would probably do is max +2 my shifty shooter and Deadeye, and then I could max +1 my set shot specialist. So I would have legend set shot specialist, legend shifty shooter, and legend Deadeye, and I can do that with the shooting specialization and a 94. That's definitely what I'm doing. So we know what specialization we're going to be. Now that is out of the way, let's go ahead and bump up our free throw just to a 71, just so we have like a free throw. And then do I want to go defense on this, or do I want to go finishing? I feel like I have to go finishing because he was a great finisher. A 90 driving layup would be solid. And just so you know, when we're done with this build, like I'm gonna be going in and out of my career a couple of times to kind of tweak it because of the way that cap breakers work. I'm gonna up my offensive rebound to a 74 and my defensive rebound to a 60, so we have a little bit of something when it comes to rebounding. We can go to an 83. What if we drop this down to an 85? For now, right? Drop that down to an 85 and bring this up to an 85 and that up to a 60, that up to a 74, and then that up to a 60. What? Oh, here we go. We're losing strength. So it's a 61 off of the strength being boosted. What if we took our agility down by 1? How much can we get on our... Okay. Agility down by 2. How much? 68. 67. Which would be at least bronze glove. And then what if we took it down 1 more? 70 interior, that's pretty good. And then I like this as a starting point. So it depends on what the cap breakers will look like on this build, but very good physicals, 85 speed, 82 agility, 86 strength. Can rebound, more so offensively, but can defensively rebound as well a little bit. 85 perimeter defense. I'm almost positive I'll be able to max +2, or not max +2, but cap break this to a 95-ish, which would be really good. That would be elite. These playmaking, this playmaking can definitely get it done. And then 2 cap breakers into mid range with my shooting specialist. Maybe 3 cap breakers into 3-point to get that bronze limitless. And then I think you could probably take this driving dunk from a 50 all the way up to like a 73 with cap breakers. Ideally, you would want to. This would maybe be an older Kobe. But let's see what we get here. Tracy McGrady, RJ Barrett, and Clyde Drexler, the 2-way mid-post bully. I do like that name. And we're gonna skip this. Alright, so now comes the process of min-maxing with the gap breakers. So alright, driving dunk 50, good to go. Do a 60, 68, 74. Wow, holy cow. It could go all the way up to an 85. Am I doing that math right? 10, 18, 24. Yeah, 10, 75. It could go all the way up to an 85. That's crazy. So 5 cap breakers makes this guy pretty athletic. I wonder if I put a little bit more onto driving dunk, if I can get to an 87, that's going to be our goal. Maybe move it up to like a 52 or 53 and see if the same amount of cap breakers will get us to an 87. Okay, so our perimeter defense does not get +2s. I thought it would get +2s. So not quite as good as I was hoping. And our steals are very low as well, but I do like this. I like this as a starting point. If I was to cap break with 10 cap breakers, I would probably go 5 in a driving dunk to have an 85 driving dunk. I would probably do the other 5 into 3-point shot, to be honest. Or the other 5 into driving layup to have a 90 driving layup. Would be pretty solid. I don't really need that high of a 3-point shot. I would probably mix it. I'd probably do 3 into 3-point shot. And then the 2 shooting specialist cap breakers into mid-range. So that's fine. And I don't have my shooting specialist cap breakers yet, but ideally I would get them down the road. And then I would do 5 into driving dunk, so that's 5, and then 8, and then I guess I could go to like do like an 87 perimeter defense or an 87 driving layup. But I want to see if I can get an 87 driving dunk on this build with 5 cap breakers. So we're gonna maybe lower our I don't know what we're gonna lower, but we're gonna lower something and see if we can get an 87 driving dunk, because that is obviously a really good threshold to get. Where's the 2A mid-post bully? There he is. So we're gonna delete him, and then we're gonna remake him. We're gonna do this process kind of over again, not completely over again, but so let's see. We don't want to take our layup down because then we start losing badges. We don't want to take our close shot down because then we start losing badges. I don't want to take my post control down because we will have legend post fade beyond when we up that. I mean, we were able to take our free throw down. I mean, I guess I could take but I don't want too low of a free throw either. Don't want to take that down. I mean, I guess I could take down my interior defense, but I don't want to have a low interior defense. What if we did? Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, it didn't even come. I don't even get an extra attribute for doing that. Okay, let's actually try that. 53. So we were going to get 3 more just by taking our free throw down 2 and our offensive rebound down to a 70. So we don't lose any badges by doing that. Just curious, how much would I be able to get? Okay, that would definitely do it, but I want to see if this does it. 85 speed, 82 agility. Those are really good physicals for a 6'6", honestly. Those are really good physicals. Or more than what I'm used to, personally. So we get the 2-way mid-post bully again. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see so we got to an 85 driving dunk before we did that. Let's see what we get to now. And also, it could be that it adjusted certain attributes on the other end too. Okay, so we do lose the +10 for the first one. So 53 plus 9, so 9, 7, 6, 6, and 5. So that would be 16, 22. Wait, so 9 plus 7 is 16, right? Plus 6. 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 6 is 22, plus another 6 is 28, plus another 5 is 33, 86. So we need one more still. Let me just make, you know what, I'm just going to do it on a calculator just to make sure that I didn't goof that math. 53 plus 9 plus 7 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5 is an 86 driving dunk. let's see what this is. Let's see if this gets us where we need to go. Although now our agility, you know what? I changed it too much. I changed it too much. I want to go back. 80 agility is not enough. Although maybe that allows us to get higher perimeter defense. Let's just try it. Let's see what it does. Sometimes when you lower certain attribute points, it allows you to get more on your gap breakers. And I'm wondering if that's going to be the case with like a lower agility allows us to get a higher post control. I mean, perimeter defense. I don't know why I said post control. Okay. So we should have a 54 driving dunk, right? Yep. Okay. So 97665. I think that's right. I think that's 54 plus 9 plus 7 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5. 87. All right. So that gives us our pro contacts. Our perimeter defense was not changed, however. Our agility is an 80. So if I was to gap break this build, I would take my two shooting specialists. I would go shooting specialist on this build. Boom, and those two go into mid-range, and then I would have 10 left at the end of next season. 5 would immediately go into driving dunk to be an 87 driving dunk, and then the other 5, you're free to do whatever you want with the other 5. You could do pass accuracy if you wanted to do pass accuracy. You could do 3 into, I would probably do 3 into 3-point shot to get that 83, to get that limitless range on bronze, and then maybe 2 on driving layup. So you have an 87 driving layup and an 87 driving dunk. My stomach is going crazy. I just ate lunch. I should have waited to record this video, and I didn't. But yeah, I think this is great. Kobe build. Obviously, you have to gap break your driving dunk, but I think that's a great build. I truly think that is a great build, and I might put some PC on that build as soon as this video is over, to be honest. That is looking nice. Now on to my no money spent build, which I'm definitely going to be using probably next week on stream. I think we might take a break from Minecraft for a week. I don't want to get too burnt out, and yeah, we're gonna make a center build. It is gonna be a center build. It's gonna be a 7'1" with a 7'7" wingspan, and it is gonna be 220 pounds, guys. It's kind of the old school Wimpy build. This was the Wimpy build from last year. You know, obviously they buffed the dollar builds, but like as far as a viable build last year for Wimpy, this was kind of the move, and I'm kind of recreating that in this 2K. Our mid range is going to go up to a 78. Our 3-point shot is going to stay at a 33. Yes, we are not going to have a 3-point on this build yet. We are going to take our driving layup up to an 80, our close shot up to an 87, our driving dunk up to an 80, our standing dunk up to a 90, and our post control up to an 87. We are going to be absolutely elite in the paint. We're going to go up to a 46 ball control. We're going to go up to a 38 speed with ball, and we are going to go up to an 82 pass accuracy. So we are going to be able to pass the ball pretty well. I'm going to skip defense and rebounding. We're going to go over to physicals, and we are going to max all of these except for strength. Strength is going to be a 72, and then vertical is going to be an 83, which is going to be that Hall of Fame pogo stick. Over to rebounding, we are going to have a 92 offensive rebound and an 85 defensive rebound. So this is going to be good enough to get your gold rebounding badges, which you can max +2 if you want to legend. Going on to defense, we're going to have a 60 steal. We're going to have an 80 block. We're going to have an 84 interior defense, and we're going to have a 67 perimeter defense. And I forgot to upgrade my free throw to a 73. And that right there is the build, guys. That right there is the build. Now you might be thinking, CMP, why would you make a well, that's where this gets really, really fun. So, if we make the build, and I'm not going to make this build because I've already made it, post-scoring crasher, wait, I was still in the edit. We can go into this and make the post-scoring crasher. Really cool build name too. I like post-scoring anything in this game, but we can go in here and we'll take a look at the cap breakers, and if you wouldn't you know it, 5 cap breakers takes your 3-point shot from a 33 to a 78. So I am a 60 overall with a 78 3-point shot at 7'1" with max wingspan. In my opinion, this is the only way to play no money spent in 2K26. If you have cap breakers, you have to have at least 5 cap breakers to do this. But now, guys, I can compete in online formats with this build solely off the fact that I can shoot. Will I be able to compete very well? No. But I can shoot. Most 60 overalls you cannot shoot. But this build at a 60 overall will be knocked down if you're good at the game. I should preface that. Now, I think it changed my build name, but I decided not to. Let me actually go in here. Little fun fact, I found this out. If you go in here, you can actually change your build name. So, found that out while adjusting. Ooh, nice. I'm gonna do buff. I'm definitely gonna do buff. And I'll leave it Dirk O'Neil. But yeah, you can change your build name anytime you want by doing that. So yeah, guys, this build is gonna be my no money spent build. This is what I'm gonna use for next season. I hope you enjoy 2K as much as I do, because I really have enjoyed. I haven't been playing it that much. It's just been unfortunate because I just haven't been playing. I've just been playing other things. So it's not that I got bored playing it. I've just been playing other things, and I definitely want to bring it back into the rotation. But hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit shorter. I did not. I kind of rushed through that one, not gonna lie. You know what? I'll show off a little bonus build. I'll show off some of my bonus builds mainly because I kind of want to see them myself. We have a backline and a stretch rim rocker. Some of these I like upgraded. I like made and then upgraded to a mid post scorer. Okay, this one's 6'11". I want to look at both of these. I upgraded them slightly. I think they're both really good builds. I upgraded them slightly to see if I could change the build name with cap breakers. But I forgot what they are. Okay, so this looks like my 6'11". I remade a 6'11 build. Dude, 6'11s are so good. This build is freakish. This build is absolutely freakish. If you want to, take a screenshot of this, if you like this. I have 3 more cap breakers I could put on. Okay, so I must have put VC on this build, as a, I think that's what I did. I think I put VC on this build because I was preparing to do my no money spent build, and I wanted to start with 0 VC, so I made a build and then put VC on it. But yeah, this thing right here is kind of crazy. 88 block, 83 vertical on a 6'11", 79 speed. Can play defense really well, actually. Interior defense, 88 block, 87 interior. Can grab rebounds, 85 defensive rebound. Can shoot an 85 3-ball. 87 driving dunk for pro contacts. Decent layup, decent close shot. Subpar post control, I'd say, but this build is pretty crazy. The backline stretch rim rocker, really cool build name. And I almost went out. Sometimes I 611 Sharp that I remade. I think that's what this is. Yeah, it is. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So, you can take your 3 from a 62 to a 90 on this build. Absolutely crazy. I kind of took some pointers from Twitter, actually, talking about like ways you can like maximize the power of your cap breakers, and you can take a 62 3-ball on a 611 all the way up to a 90. Absolutely ridiculous. So I still have 4 cap breakers on this build. I have an 80 driving dunk, which is, you know, quick drops, good post control, good layup. I don't know what I would do with the other 5 cap breakers that I have. Maybe pass accuracy would bring this to a 90, which is not really worth it, honestly. Yeah, I don't know what I would cap break on this build. Past the Sharp, the +5 to 3-point. I might put one into steel just to get that bronze glove. But I mean, is a 60 to a 67 that different? I don't really know. Maybe I would do 4 into block, so I'd have an 88 block, which I think is gold or Hall of Fame high flying denier. I think it's, let's see what happens when I take this up to an 88. In my vertical and interior defense. What do we get? Yeah, silver high flying denier. I believe an 88 is gold, which would be good to have on a 6'11" power forward. Yeah, this build's crazy. This build is definitely crazy. I definitely want to remake it. See what name I get, or put more VC onto it and more cap breakers onto it. See what names I get. But guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to use any of the builds that I showed you in today's video for Season